Okay. What do you meant by a compiler and what do you meant by an interpreter? And once we understand this one, next we'll talk. Yesterday, you guys has been installed JDK and we have been opened that program and then we are doing it. But what do you mean by JDK? What do you mean by JRE? What do you mean by JVM? We didn't have the clarity. So that is what we are going to discuss about this. And apart from this one, next we will discuss the basics of the variables. Or okay, I'll say that the basics of the project which you have been done. A few standards I wanted to say, because always learn with standards and shortcut keys. That is the most important thing in Java you guys need to learn. Next one. After this one, you need to know about the basics of variables. Guys, there should be always there should be some reason why I'll pick some topics. Okay, and after the variables, I'll talk about something about the data types. Okay, and I'll give you a homework for you people. What you guys need to do, you need to go in detail of Java features and the basics. Don't worry, we have document and then we have video recording and then our trainers also will train you. And after this one, you guys need to go in detail level of variables. I will give you the content videos and all the things for this one. Don't worry. And the data types. Wait, Chris. You are saying that here you are saying that you are telling me the variables and the data types. And once again, you are writing for me why. See, I'll give you a high level view. What is the variables and what is the data types today? And I'll give you the materials so that you need to go back and then you need to execute me and you need to show it to me every day. Whatever the things I'm giving to you, you need to go back, you need to read that and you need to implement it and then you need to come back. Now the data types. After this one, we have some concept block called typecasting. And after this one, we have math methods. And believe me, those are simpler. If you spend 1 hour, you can finish it off. Don't worry, and our team is there to take care of this. Next, after math methods, we do have booleans and variables, data type, typecasting, math methods, and I'll end up with this one with the operations. So these are the things I wanted you people to show me on Monday, not tomorrow. You guys can take tomorrow time or today time. I'll not get into that one. So Monday, I wanted to see these all things. I'll ask you the questions in this particular things, and it is very simple, and you can easily get it. And I'll start from here today, and then in the ending of the session, let's see how these things will goes on. Okay. So before going to the compiler, so first thing I wanted to show one thing. First I'll open my Eclipse. We have to know the basic differences between a compiler and interpreter. So now when it comes to the compiler, boss, if I'm talking to you people in Spanish, will you understand? Or in
Yes, sir.
Chinese or France, you will not understand. Thank you. The same way, if you talk to the now you have written some program, right? In the system, you have written some program. Will the computer will understand the program? Obviously, no. So there should be some medium to convert our language or the convert our code into ones and zeros, because system will understand only ones and zeros, right? So there should be a medium. It should take the complete input and getting the input, converting into a machine understandable language. What do the machine understand the language? It can understand ones and zeros. So what do you mean by, because any system can understand ones and zeros. Now it has to convert. Well, compiler converts these complete statements into ones and zeros. Guys, I'm asking question. Will
Yes.
compiler? Then answer is 100% wrong. Compiler will not convert that. what exactly the compiler will do. If you see here, there is in a diagram which will gives us a complete picture. Now, whatever class file you converted in, whatever the class file you create in Java, so that will be created with .java extension, right? Yesterday you given the first class or my class or pro class or whatever the classes you created. So this is called our Java classes or our class files. Okay, so you have been kept it into our source folder. So we need to call this one as our source code. Okay, in the source code, we created a package. In the package, we created .java file. Now, this Java file will go for a compiler. What exactly the compiler will do? Compiler will check for errors. What means then what exactly this particular means the compilation will do is it translates the human readable language into the byte code. Hey, you guys are Chris, you are confusing me. You only said that converting the source code into these ones and zeros, then that would be you told me that 100% it is wrong, that compiler will not do, and you are giving me the definition that means converting from the human readable language to the byte code, then it is called compiler. You are giving me two contrasting statements. The answer is you just hold on for a second. If you see here in this particular diagram, it will compile to the byte code, not to the ones and zeros. The responsibility of converting the byte code into the native machine language is JVM, Java Virtual Machine. So JVM is responsible to convert the byte code into the machine level language or native language or assembly language or low level language. Got it? Always compiler will convert the source code into the byte code. But then what do you mean by byte code? So just for your references, I was just opening this one. So you just go here and click on this bytecode. You can see means whatever the statements you have been written here. Okay. So this is not the right example here. Converting. I'll talk of means I'll show you some good examples where it has been converted so that it can be easily understandable. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll show you practically so that it would be much more easier. Now, I'll say you guys are means now yesterday what you guys did, you came here. This is what our editor, keep it in mind. I'll close all. I don't want it to confuse. So this is our project explorer. Okay, in the project explorer, we wanted to create a new project. So just right click and go project. Hi, Chris, I'm seeing white color, but you're having black color theme. It's just a theme, boss. I like black. Black. That's the reason I kept it. If you wanted to change your theme, just go help and then you can change it. Now come here. I wanted to create a Java project. Select the Java project. Next, and keep it in mind. Always project name starts with capital letter. So now I'll keep that team one demo. See, this should be called as actually there will be called as okay, that I'll show it in the another thing. Okay, so the capital letters, and whenever you have given the underscore, that should be starting with the capital. Just finish. The project is created, and as soon as the project is created, no, as soon as the project is created, by default we got JRE. Boss, once again you are keeping me into a trouble. What do you meant by JRE? Here, yesterday when I'm downloading the exe also, I downloaded JDK. Actually, I can get JRE also. Why I'm not downloading the JDK? Why I'm downloading JRE? See, for this one, if you wanted to execute any particular program in your machines, means you are not developer. You are just wanted to execute some program. Now I just thrown this particular program for you, and then just you wanted to execute. Then for that execution of that program can be done in JRE. What do you mean by JRE? JRE means Java runtime environment. Perfect. The name itself, it was saying that it can provide you the runtime environment. Means you have written a program, you need to execute that program that can help you out. But if you wanted to develop a program, that is not possible in JRE. I have 1,000 files I have written. Now you have written two programs. One is printing of your name, KSR World, and another thing. So now when you wanted these two programs to be executed in another machine, if you install JRE, then that's enough. But you can't do their development. So that is the reason when we are downloading the things, we have taken it in the JDK. So the name itself, it was saying that JDK means Java Development Kit. So now what we have done is we discussed about 3 topics. Topic number 1, JVM. Topic number 2, JDK. Sorry, JRE. And topic number 3, JDK. So independently we understand. Okay. So this I'll change it to JDK. Okay. It is Java Development Kit. If you see here, now I know that in Java Development Kit, if I downloaded the JDK, I can do my development activities. Means I can do the compilation, I can write the program, means develop the program, I can enhance the program, I can compile the program, I can execute the program, I can do all the things in this JDK. But in JRE, what I can do, I can only execute the programs which it has been done. I can't enhance the program, or I can't develop the program there. So in the JDK, we will be having the development kit, dev kit. Okay, for the development. Now, why JVM is required? It will consume a bytecode and convert the bytecode. JVM will take the input as a bytecode and convert into the low-level language. That is a part of JVM. So you understand?
So
JVM,
one quick question here.
yeah.
So you said once it converts to JVM converts to the low level language, that means will that provide input to JRE?
That is what I'm saying. JVM will provide you the execution environment. So without JVM, you can't execute the program. That's it, right? See now, JRE is nothing but, so now I'll come one by one now. You can understand. See now, as an independent components, first I explained you. Now, if I wanted to know, I'll just keep these 2 boxes from top to top so that it can be clearly understood. I'll just answer in 1 second, Pramod. Just bear with me because this is very important. You guys need to understand so that it is very easy. Now, this is what my JVM, right? So for JVM, first means from means source file, means any from .java file, it will go to the compiler. So compiler will translate the human readable language into the bytecode, and from the bytecode it will go to the JVM, and JVM will converts into the low level language or assembly language. Okay, now conversion and everything was done by, so who is responsible for this conversion and converting, means making everything ready? Who is doing that? JVM is doing that, right? Guys, any questions here? Who is doing this? JVM is doing. Okay, now once the JVM is ready, now I need to create my JRE, right? So JRE is nothing but JVM plus some libraries will form, what it will form?
JRE.
Runtime
JRE.
environment.
Okay, so I can put it in such a way that I'll represent it in this way. It would be much more better. Okay. So this is my guys, please don't bother about the color combinations. Now this is my JVM, and if I added JVM plus, hey, what happened? JVM plus some libraries, okay, is called as Java runtime environment. Excellent, right? So first we should know, we should understand the JVM, then we understand JRE. So JRE should be having, because if you don't provide ones and zeros, can it make the execution?
No.
So Java runtime environment plus some libraries is JRE. So if you see here, these are the libraries. Wow, how we connected, right? You see, RTJAR. So these are all the jars are very, very important. Where this all will store? C program files, Java, means JDK, JRE, lib. In lib folder, we'll have it. In libs, we have all these jar files. I'll come back to you. What is jar file? So you understood, right? Now, JVM will have, okay. So JRE will have JVM plus lib. Okay, Chris, I understand this. Now, what you meant by what do you meant by JDK? So JDK is nothing but now JRE plus dev activities is called JDK. What are the dev activities we will do?
Writing the code and developing the code.
Develop the code, debug the code, and compile the code, enhance the code. All these things we can do it in the JDK. So JRE plus development activities is formed to have JDK. That is the reason you downloaded JDK, not JRE. Got it?
Yes,
Very
sir.
simple, right? So we have a Java file. When we send it to the compiler, compiler will convert into the bytecode. The bytecode will send it to the JVM. In the JVM, we have this, actually this is a little bit internal details. I'll not go into this. Class loader, bytecode verifier, and JIT compiler. JIT means just in time. Okay, just in time compiler. And means these are the internal parts of JVM. It will take this particular class file, means bytecode, and convert into the native language. Very simple. And this is how the basic difference of a JVM, JRE, and JDK. So first, by this diagram, we understand what is JVM. And next, while seeing this one, we can understand this. And coming back to the means programming, I'll explain. Means now you understand what is a JDK also. Any questions?
No, Krish. Fine.
Clear, Chris.
Okay. Now we'll come back to the program. So now I created team one, and then I created the source. Now I wanted to create, I can directly create the class file. I can go and create the class file under the source itself. Okay, I'll try. I'll show the wrong ways and then I'll explain the right ways also. Always the class name should start with the capital letters. Why can't I give the small letters? You can give it. See, use the default package. Actually, what it was saying is use the default packages. Means that means to say that use the default. You need to create the packages. For an example, what do you meant by a package? If you see, these are the jar. What is this jar? See the symbol, jar symbol. Now I given you a okay, rather than you remember, right? We have a good olden days, we can have the pickles in the jars But rather than that, I'll say that I have given you 5 chocolates. You can hold it in your hand. I given you 10 chocolates. It's very hard to hold in your hand. And I've given 30 chocolates. No chance that you need to have a cover, right? So piling up of means complete files and keeping into a single place, means compressing, means actually we do have .zip file, right? In Java, if you wanted to zip the bunch of files, then it will be helpful with the .jar. Jar means Java archive. Got it? Java archive, expansion of that one. Now we will see open and see. Wow. If you see here, there are multiple packages. See, this is a package symbol, 4 squares. And if you see here, com.sun.cobra, sorry, corba, and SE implementation logging. Why? What is this? See, now we will open the package. See, if you open the package, there are multiple files inside this one. So we need to understand that a group of files can form a package. So the package is nothing but it's a grouping, and a group of packages we can put into a jar file. This is means to hand over all your code and packages. We will make, means we will group it. Means I wanted to I'll usually give one example like packages. If I wanted to go for a devotional package, first means tourism, so I'll give the devotional package to them. So in the devotional package, I'll go to Sri Shailam, Tirupati, or some other places, and I'll say that you need, means this is a package over there, so this is where you need to go, and my cars, rooms, have flight tickets, and everything will be booked. And no, I wanted to go for a family trip, so then I'll go for Maldives and all these particular places. For this one, flight tickets and these things, means my package was different when it is the devotional trip, and my package is different for when I'm going with the family. So if you see here, it's a grouping of certain files is called a package. And always remember, package name should be started with the means package name, complete name would be small, and it should be starting with sun, means com.sun. Why I should start with com.sun? What do you mean by that? See, now if you go for anything, so any means you can take anything. So now I'll take the Flipkart. So if you go to the Flipkart, and just if you open this one, why so it was coming as flipkart.com. So now how I should start my package name is, it will start my package name with saying that com.flipkart.com shouldn't be in capital letter here. By default it was coming in, so flipkart dot like that, it has to become okay. And after this you can keep the group name. Why I'm showing here? Okay, I'll create a package here. So now here, go here, new here, create a package here. In the package, com dot, I'll take the same thing, Flipkart dot. Now what I wanted to group it. So here I'll say that demos. I'm giving the demos, so that's where I'm creating. So that's how I created my package. So if you see here, means this is what the package symbol, right? And if you see here, there are n number of packages, and each package will have the files. Now if you see over here, another important thing is, as this is a Java project, you are having J. If you see for my other projects, you will see different symbols. Because this is a pure Java project, you can see it by the symbol J here. And if it is having another things like em, yes, we have multiple things. I'll talk about that later. As of now, you need to understand J. So as soon as you create any project, first it will go and fetch the JRE system library. And the version of this one is 1.8. And these are the libraries available. And these are the jar files. And in each jar file, we'll have the respective files. These are the most important jar files. You shouldn't miss anything. And everything, they have been taken care of. No need to worry about it. Okay, so I'll collapse this JRE, and I came to here, and this is what my package I created, and package name should be all small, and I'm just trying to create a class. In the class, I'll just keep it as variables. See, when I typed with a small letter, what it was saying, type name is discouraged. By convention, Java type name usually starts with an uppercase. So always, this is a user friendliness which we will get it from the Eclipse. So I wanted to type with the variables. And this I'll be adding public static void main. What do you mean by public static void main? That's a 1 hour session. So you should understand what is public, what is static, what is void, and what is main, what is strings, and what is the square braces, and then arcs. That I'll talk about later. Okay. So now if I get into that one, it will divert it. So that's the reason I'm not talking about it. If you see here, I created a class. So now the class name is variables.java. And if you see here, whatever, this is a file name and this is a class name. Okay. Always in Java, class name will be equal to the file name, right? Class name equal to file name. I'll change this variables session. See now immediately what it thrown. See, the best part of Eclipse is it will give you the error and it will give you the fixes also. See, now what it was saying was either you change variable sessions file name to this, else you change into the variables as a class name. I'll change the file name itself. See, the file name changed to the variable session. So keep it in mind, always the class name and the variables name and the file name should be same. Okay, now what I'll do, I just wanted to do this. Okay, what is the shortcut key I used to delete the line? Control D is a shortcut key. And for getting this one, when system.println, I used SYSO control space bar, enter. And always I should be having it. I'll just write it awesome. Okay. So now if you see here, if I did a mistake, immediately it was throwing me error. String literal is not properly closed by double quotes. It was asking me. So I can easily understand that. I removed it. Who given me this error message?
Compiler.
Compiler has been given the error message. And then if I miss this token, means keep it in mind, guys. Java is case sensitive language. You should use, means for an example, I can't use like this. So it's a case sensitive language. So you have to be so cautious. Compiler, the most important job of a compiler is to compile the complete file and give the errors. But whereas the interpreter, it will check line by line. Now, Java is a compiled language. Python is an interpreted language. So compilers will be used in Java. Interpreters will be used in Python. Python is altogether a separate programming language, right? So in Java, we use compilers. Let's see what it will happen. So now I given the right code. Now I'm executing this one. So as I executed, I got my output. Okay, let's go back, right click, go to the properties. And if you see here, this file is in this location. So I'll just click this one. Okay, it will take me to my Windows, my local machine, because guys, whatever you're doing somewhere else, it has to store. So this is storing in this location. I'll just open this file and edit this one. See, this is what the program I have written, right?
Yes.
So that is the reason Java is a platform independent language, because Java have the JVM. JVM will take care to convert the machine level language. I can write once and I can execute in any operating system. It doesn't matter, because any system will have ones and zeros. Any operating system, even you take Linux, Windows, Ubuntu, whatever the operating system, it will convert into zeros and ones. If you given to me zeros and ones, I can understand. See, now one guy is a Spanish translator. He can translate anything. So I can talk anything. He can convert into Spanish. So that's why the Java is a platform independent language. When we are explaining about the features, we'll take one feature and then we used to say it, but I am not telling you all those things. So I just, as part of this one, I'm saying it. Okay, now I got it. Then I'll come back here. See the same. If you see here, whatever the packages we have been created. So first from the demo, in the demo, I have this file and Flipkart and com, and I going for the source. In the source, I have common. This is a folder structure. And I came for, this is the project. In the project, it will be created with project file and class path file and bin file. I'll just go to the bin file. Once again in the bin, I have com.flipkart.demo. Hey, class file. Before I'm seeing it .java file. So you need to remember that we went into bin. If we went into the source, we will be having .java file. But if we go into the bin, we will be having .class file. What is this .class file? What is this .class file? So you guys are not following me. What is this .class file?
Variable.
I clearly shown that when we given a Java class file, when
Okay.
it comes to Java compiler will generate you .class file, and
Okay.
.class file will consist of bytecode, and this bytecode will goes as an input for Java
JVM.
JVM, and JVM will converts into this. For explaining of this compiler converting this, I told you all these things now. So now you connected. So from Java to compiler, from compiler to class file, how the class file will generate and how it will generate to the JVM and how it will do it and how the JVM works and how the JRE works and how the JDK works. Got it? So by default, this would be created when you executed. So means this will be executed only when you have been created, means when you have executed that particular class, then this will be executed. Guys, I need 1 second of time, please. Yeah, I'm sorry, I got a call. Yeah, so now you got it. So why we means how the class files will be created. So before execution, we will not get it. During the when you execute the program, then only this code will be compiled and then class files will be created in the bin folder. In this is in the source files, it will not create. This is how .java file will convert into .class files. Got it? Now, what is a compiler? Compiler will translate the human readable language into the bytecodes in the format of .class file. It converts from .java to .class file, and it always checks any errors in the program. It always checks at a complete file level. It will not check at line by line. So these are the things which someone asks you when they ask compiler. Don't tell JVM. JVM is something. JVM will take as an input as a .class file and converts the .class file into the machine understandable language. It provides the runtime environment. So then it will go for the JRE. JRE will takes this particular JVM plus libraries and then it will executes the program. And whenever we created a program, it will creates me the JRE system library, and based upon these libraries, I'll execute the program and get the output. And if I wanted to make the development activities, enhancement activities, debugging activities, I need to have JDK. That's why I download the JDK, not JRE. I download the JDK and I'll install this one and execute it. And why I'll say I'll means downloading the JDK, and then you see yesterday we showed Java hyphen version and then we have taken Java C. C means it's a compiler, Java compiler. So for Java compiler, we need to set the home path. So we are going to the environmental variables and setting the path, saying that if anything comes in the system, we do have system variables and user variables. System variable user variables are nothing but there will be some in your system you will be using and your spouse will be using, your kids will be using. So then it would be having with the different user logins. Means if you set for your user login, then that will work for only you. So that's the reason we should set it for environment, means system properties, so that it will go to the system property, and in the system properties we will be setting this one. Got it? So we are saying to the Java that means we set the path and saying that, boss, whenever someone asks for this, go to this path and get that bin folder. And in the bin folder, whatever required, see, if you go to that particular bin folder, means the Java bin folder, you can see what are the things will be available. So you guys should know where I should go. See now, Java. And actually here you'll be having two folders for few people, JDK and JRE. For few people, JRE will be inside the JDK. See, this is JRE library, and that is a JDK library. And if you go to the bin, if you see here, we have all the exes. See, all the exes, whatever required to run the Java. For compiling also, we will be having it. If you see here, something is called Java C. Have you seen here? What is the command you are triggering in command prompt? Java C. What you are doing? You are keeping till here as a bin, and in the bin you are triggering this command. So if you don't keep this as a path, so this command will not execute. That's it, right? How simple it is. So now this is a path you are setting in the environmental variable, and this is where the command you are triggering. How means as it was pointing to this particular path, so this command can be executed. If you don't set as this particular path, this command can't be executed. That is a simple, right? So that's how this will work.
So, so all things which you see here in the bin, all exe files, are all can be used as the commands in the command prompt, right?
We can do that, but it is not really required for us. We can do that. We can do that because that's a simple logic. You have given till here. Now you can do anything over here, right? See, now if you are able to execute this, you should be able to do this all. Okay, as you have asked for this question, I'll just jump into this and then let's see what it will happen. So see, we know, right? From here directly CMD, I can go to this environment path and I'll take some Java docs. Java doc. I click the enter. Got it?
Okay.
So means whatever the exe you wanted to execute, means basically we wanted the compiler, so that's where we will be checking with that Java C. Okay, so this is what the basic differences between these all. I'm very sorry. I know that I will consume lots of time. I just wanted to jump. You guys wanted a break because I wanted to give you few more small things, variables, and then data types. And then we need to start the 11:30 session. The people might be jump into the session quickly. You want a break for 5 minutes? Or you want me to continue on the variables and then data types? Because the next session, it will start the variables and the data types. See, in this agenda, we covered these three. So how the project standard means class name, package names, and then these things we have we have discussed, right? The project name, class name, and the packages names, how we need to give and how we need to write and how the project stores and what are the files we'll be having. So those are the project standards. And I think we have a clear detailed discussion on the JDK, JVM, JRE. And we have been discussed the compiler interpreter differences, what is a compiler and all these things. So we have done with these three topics, but these two topics I didn't able to cover it. So you wanted a break for 2 minutes, or 5 minutes, and can join back, or
Yes.
you can continue.
Yes, Krish, 5 minutes.
Okay. So you can take a break and then be back by 11:05. So because I can handle the people, sorry, 11:35. I can handle them till 11:35. From 11:35, I'll start the session back. Anyways, I'll be continuing the session. You guys can drop off, go have the break, and then come back quickly. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks all. Let's see back within 5 minutes. Thank you. See you. Bye.
Please, one more thing. Whatever the recorded session, can you please paste in this central?
Yeah, it will be available in the Google repository. You can get that.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, guys. Join back in the same link. We'll get back to it. Bye.